Let's talk about the exam.
Mensah, welcome to our channel. How are you doing today?
I'm very well. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Can you kindly introduce yourself to my audience?
Well, my name is Dr. Seth Omari Mensah. I'm a Ghanaian. I studied in Ukraine, Kharkov National Medical University, for 6 years. Then from there, I went to Tanzania for my internship. I didn't, go to Ghana like how my colleagues, they do. I went to Tanzania for 1 year because it's a 1 year internship, unlike other countries that you have to um, do internship for 2 years. Then from there, I moved back to the UK to complete my um, necessary things to do, like the plabs. Then I started working.
Can you tell us how your journey began? When did you start this whole process? And how did you end up as a doctor in UK?
Okay, this whole process started in 2019. After completing medical school, I attempted the English exams, which I'll say is the most difficult. So I tried IELTS. I didn't get a required mark. It's not that I didn't fail. It's not that I failed, but I didn't get a required mark. So I went for OET. So after OET, I took my PLAB 1 in 2021 August. That was last year. And I took my PLAB 2 just recently, July. I got my results not long ago. So it took me almost 3 years because of COVID and the rest. Getting a seat for PLAB is quite difficult nowadays. Usually you would book your seat this year, but you take your exams the following year. So I think it took me almost 3 years to complete this journey.
Okay. So you first took the English test after your medical school?
Yeah, after the medical school, went to Tanzania. Then after Tanzania, I took my PLAB 1. Then after after the PLAB 1, I took the PLAB 2 the following year. So I took the PLAB 1 last year and I took the PLAB 2 this year.
Okay. And did you have to wait to finish the whole PLAB exams, the PLAB 2, before you start practice, or what were you doing in between PLAB 1 and 2?
Yeah, so I was working in medical field, but I'll put it in the medical field, but not, it's a non-medical post because I don't have a license to practice. Yeah. So I was working in the medical field, usually in the laboratory, the clinic as well. So I completed my PLAB 2. After my internship, I was doing some volunteering job with the NHS respondents. Then I started my, non-medical job in the medical field. From last year till this year, which I'm, still, it's a 0 hour contract. So anytime I can be called as well. So,
Okay.
till then, yeah.
Okay, so you did all that in UK, or?
Yes, all that in UK. So I didn't get my PLAB 1 seat in the UK unfortunately last year because a lot of people all over the world are trying to book. I got my PLAB seat in Dubai, so I had to travel to Dubai to take my PLAB 1. My PLAB 2 is solely taken in the UK, so I took my PLAB 2 in Manchester.
So basically, you can't officially begin to practice until you finish the PLAB 2.
Right. So that's a very good question to ask. Now there's a program called the Medical Support Worker. Um, I can say you can start practicing, but you'll not be able to do certain things like prescribing because you need your registration for that, your GMC registration for that. But you do everything solely as a doctor, seeing patients, doing everything as a junior doctor. And I think this program is for 6 months and sometimes can even be extended. But with this program, you need to pass PLAB 1, you need to pass your English exams. And you are being treated as a junior doctor. Well, let me put it this way. And yeah, you can practice, but it's for people that are here. For instance, people on on family visa mainly or refugee status. Because they don't want to spend a lot of money to, sponsor somebody like outside the UK. So usually people within the UK are able to go in for such medical support work. So it's a medical support worker job. You work as a junior doctor.
Okay, so you work as a junior doctor after taking the English test and the PLAB 1. So after
Yes.
taking the PLAB 2, what happens next?
Okay, so after taking the PLAB 2, you need to do your GMC registration. So that would require you to provide all evidence of your internship, your license, your internship certificate, the certificate of good standing from the council that granted you the registration or license to practice during your internship. You need your PLAB 1, PLAB 2 is already on the system that you've passed. You need your English exams, and you need references if you worked in a non-medical field.
Okay,
Like what I did, I needed references from my workplace. Yes.
okay. So after getting the GMC certification or registration, then
Yes.
you start practicing. You are no longer a junior doctor, right?
Yeah, you still be a junior doctor is foundation year doctor. So usually I think FY1, FY2 are junior doctors. They are classified as junior doctors or yeah, junior doctors. So usually FY2s are called this senior house officers. You can put it that way, they are called the senior house officers, to put it that way. So what I did basically in Tanzania was more uh, compared to the FY1 year. So uh, starting a job as FY2, I will not start a job in FY1.
Okay. And is the job assured if you get your GMC certification?
Yes,
The
the
job
job
assured.
there are a lot of jobs around. The NHS is understaffed currently. There are a lot of jobs around. So depending on you, if you want to apply all over the UK, I can assure that you would get a job. But if you want to focus on one city, then it can take a while. But if you are applying all around the UK, you can get a job.
Okay. So
Uh,
tell us, so far you've been in UK for a while, you've experienced the health system. What is it that you like about UK health system? And what is it that you don't like?
Um, there's nothing that I don't like. The health system is a very good system. It makes you stay on your feet because everything you need is there. Every investigation you need is there to confirm your diagnosis. Everything you need is there to not to miss anything out. You get what I mean? You are being supported by your consultant. There are teaching sections that they do during when you're working. There are conferences that you can attend. There are so many things that would make you be on your feet. The health system is really good compared to other countries.
Okay. So do you think getting a work in UK after being GMC registered or certified is kind of competitive? Aside passing the club, is there any other thing they look at that makes them select one over the other?
Right. So a lot of people try to do auditing. They try to get some research published. They try to work as teaching post because I think they look at these three things: whether you've done auditing before, whether you've done a research, whether you have any teaching experience. So these three things put you at the top. You know, if you want to get a job, you should consider these three things. But there are other people that they've not done it, they still get a job. So, but if you want to, be at the top, these three things would, assure you a job post.
All right. So thank you so much, Dr. Mensah, for joining us.
Let's talk about the exam.